Bears lost another game. Bears. 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 The Bears. Penalties ruining games. Help the scout team QB beat us Sunday. They started Huntley, which had our hopes high. But the Bears, they couldn't finish drives. Penalties, there's flags all around. And the red zone offense keeps on letting us down. Defense was crappy due to injuries. Momentum is skids, the Bears fall, now down to 4-3. Another penalty. Hey, one more penalty. Too many penalties. Way too many penalties. Bears fall to 4-3. Ah, Bears. Hello again, my friends, and welcome to another episode of On the Grass. My name is Dave Swerski, and I'm thrilled as always that you've decided to spend a few minutes of your day with me to talk about our beloved team, the Bears. Unfortunately, we are not celebrating our 5th straight win in the first year of the Ben Johnson era, or at least not yet, as we did fall to the Baltimore Ravens this past Sunday. Bears. But before we get into all that, please do make sure that you've subscribed, that you've liked this here video, and please do drop a comment down below and let me know that you're still with me. Oh, also, please make sure that you check out daveswerskistore.com to get yourself some of the latest merch to keep yourself stylish through the second half of the season, my friends. Let's go! Alright, now that we got all that out of the way, let's dive into that loss quick before we wipe the slate clean and look to Cincinnati. In a battle of backups, the Ravens came out on top. But we can't judge this book by the final score cover alone, as we were incredibly short-handed on defense from the jump. And it got worse as the game went on, as we got even further into the depth chart as injuries took down even more of our Bears as the game went on. Our secondary was without Kyler Gordon, Jalen Johnson, and Tyreek Stevenson going into this one. And due to that, the Ravens were able to make enough plays in the second half to pull this one out for Snoop Huntley, who was signed from the practice squad before this game to start in place of Cooper Rush, who had been playing not so well in place of the injured Lamar Jackson previously. But the story of the game once again for our Bears was the penalties, as we just can't seem to get out of our own way. We lead the league in false starts currently, which is like leading the country in the worst style of pizza like Detroit does. Not somewhere you wanna be. So you add 11 penalties and nearly 100 yards? That's gonna be tough to overcome. On top of that, the Bears just couldn't finish drives. Even when showing a ton of promise multiple times driving down the field, the Bears offense moved the ball well with 6.0 yards per play and 372 total yards on the day. But we failed to find the end zone and settled for 3 field goals on 4 attempts, only getting into the pay dirt once on a run from Swift. No passing touchdowns on this game for our boys. The red zone offense is just not a well-oiled machine yet, and that's a bit concerning. It's consistently been a thing this year, and they gotta keep trying to fix it along with putting the kibosh on these penalties. So where is the Swerski silver lining, I hear you asking me? Well, here's what I got for you, my friend. For all those saying Caleb had a bad game, he threw for nearly 300 yards, topping out at 285 yards for the game, and Rome Odunze got another 100-plus yard performance under his belt, and Nahshon Wright continues to play well in the absence of all our DBs week after week. He led the team in tackles actually this game with 9 of them, but that's about all I got. Kyler going on IR is bad. Shamar Turner's season being cut short after starting to show promise and help out our pass rush is bad. And the offense not getting any TDs true to air is bad. So is it a bad game or a bad sign? I think it was a bad game, my friends. That's the true Swerski silver lining here. I think it was a game where we didn't take advantage of opportunities offensively, and the defense was just down too many guys to hold up in the end. So we gotta wipe the slate clean and get ready for another AFC North opponent coming up this next Sunday in the Cincinnati Bengals. Old man Flacco does have them playing better than they were post-Burrow injury, but this team let the previously winless Jets score 39 on them and get their first win of the year against them last week. So let's hope this bodes well for our Bears heading into next Sunday, that we can take advantage of Cincinnati allowing the most points per game while ranking 30th in PFF defensive grade currently. I think ultimately, it's easy to be impatient for this Ben Johnson era to take off and get us to the Super Bowl. I mean, I've been waiting my whole life for this to happen again after the 2005-06 season's appearance in the big game, but these things do take some time. What I'd like to be able to see is some market improvement this upcoming week, like we did in week 3 when we played the Cowboys. We have seen flashes of potential from the offense, but they have got to be able to figure out a way to make the easy stuff look easy, move the ball down the field, and most importantly, finish drives consistently. That's been the most frustrating part as a fan, is to see them move it well and then just fall apart in the red zone. If we could clean that up and the defense can keep up the takeaways, currently still ranked on top of the NFL even after last week's goose egg, we might be okay, and we might see the results much faster than most new coaching regimes do. Here's hoping, my friends. And with that, that's gonna do it for me on today's episode of On the Grass. I truly want to thank you all for hanging out with me, for sharing my parody songs and my videos with your friends and families, and in general, for being the greatest support system of super fans a guy could ask for. I'm so grateful for your support, my friends. Truly, I don't even know what to say about it. It continually surprises me how much you are all seeming to enjoy what I'm putting out there, and it's a joy for me to continue to do it. So keep your eyes out for my game preview at the end of the week, and as always, be kind to each other, and be kind to yourself too. And go Bears! I will see you soon, my friends. The Bears bounce back in Cincinnati, yes we will, let's go. The Bears bounce back in Cincinnati, yes we will, let's go. The Bears!